Oh god, I'm triggered already. I've triggered myself. Let me drink some water for this one because
Even if she go away, even if she go away, I'm a classic man.
Welcome back to my channel, amazing people. It is your boy Manny and I am back with another video. As you can tell from the title, it's going to be a juicy one. I'm going to be giving you dating advice. If you came here to hear about my experiences, then I feel you came to the wrong video. But I am going to use the good, the bad, the ugly that I've learnt from my experience to give you the advice. So anything I'm saying, it may or may not relate to what I've dealt with and what I've seen my friends deal with or my family or whatever. So I want to kick this off by starting off with the purpose of dating. I feel like the definition that I found that I love was from Urban Dictionary, surprisingly. They define dating as of a couple to be in the early stages of a relationship where they go out on dates to find out what each other is like as a prelude to actually being a fully fledged couple. I feel like, especially my generation, we have changed the definition of what dating is about. Dating is not to be doing on the first day. It's not, well, anything can happen. Who am I to judge? The purpose of it should be to build a connection with someone, to get to know if you're compatible. The show that I'm loving right now is Love Island, and you kind of get to see what I'm talking about. It's like you see someone based on their physical and you think, oh, they're buff, they're everything. But when you get to know them, you're like, we're not compatible. Like, our mindset is not the same. Our generation doesn't understand this. Like, we are just doing. My next point is the honeymoon phase, and I would personally define it as the first few days, the first few weeks, the first few months where you don't see any flaws, your other partner's on their best behavior to make sure that they win your heart, so you're not seeing the ugly side, you know. And I want to stress it to you how important it is to just not get too gassed by the honeymoon phase, you know, because Manny has done that before. Okay, Manny's done it many a time. Before, let me be a little bit open with you guys. I've only been with one person, okay? I am someone that I get attracted to someone quickly. I catch feelings quickly. So that honeymoon phase activates, bam, as soon as possible. But it's very important to, yes, appreciate how they are during the honeymoon phase, but it's also very important to just be real and make sure that you know that this is just them trying to show you they're good. You're not saying they're bad yet. Maybe their bad is not as bad as I'm making it sound, but it's so important that you don't get overly gassed by the honeymoon phase. You go and tell your friends how they are during the honeymoon phase, and then when they show their true colours, your head crying to your friends again, and they're like, I told you so. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. So I'm going to be giving you the 4 Ds. Okay, that sounded so wrong. Manny, no. I am going to be giving you the 4 Ds, okay? This is the 4 points, the 4 don'ts. The first don't is don't give too much away too quickly. Oh, Manny. It's very important that you keep certain things to yourself, okay? Especially what you want in a partner. Think about this is that you never know people's intention, you never know how they are. But I feel like a lot of people tend to mold themselves into what someone wants them to be instead of who they really are. And if that's not how they are, like, their true self's going to show out eventually. So it's very important that you don't give out too much information on what you want, what you don't want, because they will just use that to pretend to be something they're not. And I kind of experienced that firsthand. So, this is not meant to be shady. I'm not being shady, I promise I'm not being shady. Yes, you can say certain things, but don't give them everything, because they can use this against you. They can use this to pretend to be something that they're not, to make you happy for the moment, but then their true selves will eventually come out, and then it's finished. It's fit to the niche, as Grace Aguilera will say. Don't give too much away. The next point is don't limit your expectations for potential love. When I say that, I mean don't compromise what you want for the sake of attraction, for the sake of what you feel like they could give you. There's 2 sides to everything. You have to be considerate, but at the same time, if you're starting to see bad traits, if you're starting to see them being something that you don't want, don't be saying, oh, I see potential, so let me stay with them. No, that is not it. If you start to see bad signs, like aggressiveness, don't get me wrong, this applies to both men and females. There can be aggressive females and aggressive males. So it's very important that if you're starting to see that this person's lazy, they don't give a damn about their future, you better start doing scrub, rewind yourself backwards and go. You don't want to be in something out of pity. because that is not love. Love shouldn't be about pity. Love should be about you feeling a connection between another person, between another partner or potential mate. I would say, make sure that you're not staying with someone because you feel sorry for them, or because you've really caught yourself in it, or because you feel like you can change them. Oh my goodness. So if you watch Love Island, listen, I don't like watching UK reality shows, but this is the only show that I watch that I really enjoy from this country. Olivia, she said something along the lines of, Sam may be a bad boy, but she feels like she can change him. I forgot what word she used. If I can find out, I'll put it on the screen. I was like, Olivia, no. No, babe. I want you to understand that the only person that can change someone is themselves. You can't change a girl to learn how to cook if she can't cook, unless she wants to learn how to cook. You can't tell a guy that's got a bad attitude to have a good attitude unless he knows he has a problem and he needs to work on it. That is impossible. Like, no. That was enough. So when Olivia said that, I was like, excuse me, mademoiselle. I was so lost for words, because I was like, you can't change anybody. You don't have that power to change anyone. You're not God. God. Oh, the next point. The next don't. It's so simple, but I forgot this. People forget this. Don't rush to be putting labels on. Don't rush to express your feelings, because at the end, because for me, from my experience, that will be used against you. You saying, oh, you love them 3 weeks after you met them. You saying, oh, you're my future babe, you're my future wife, you're my future husband. That is risky, because they might feel pressurized to say the same thing back. Oh, you're my future babe, I can see us getting married, oh, I love you. Whilst they don't love you, they're not even in love with you. They probably just like you. They probably already have the ulterior motive set out. Like, you need to be careful. There's nothing wrong with being expressive, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I know a lot of us catch feelings quickly and we want to say how we feel at that point. But just make sure that you're being observant, that you know, okay, are they showing signs that they love me back? Are they saying, or are they showing signs that they can see a future with me? Ask yourself these questions. Like, sometimes, no, just learn how to keep certain shit to yourself. The last don't. A lot of us can relate to this point, and it's so important that we actually take this point seriously. And this point is, oh my goodness, don't avoid the signs. It's a double yellow line. It's a trap, okay? And I remember I spoke about this in my video with Dorinda, and I was like, when you're in love, myself included, we tend to become legally blind. Me, I wear glasses, but I still can't see through the bullshit, you know? Like, sometimes we're so in love, probably so infatuated at the same time, that we choose mentally, but like, we don't even notice that we're doing it, but our mental decides to ignore the red flags, the signs. The only time that you realize and accept and digest these red flags is when it's over, and you're like, what kind of dickheadery was I doing? Like, it's so serious. It's really serious. And I think that's one of the most important points I've learned. Don't avoid the signs. If they're showing you they got bad attitude, backpedal real quick. Take yourself, because these little signs could save your life. These little signs could show you what you're about to see in reality. Like, these little signs can be a preview to what is about to come. Don't be so in love that you forget your morals. Don't be so in love that you're just so blinded by the ogede or the pasua that you're just so stupid. So stupid. But don't be so in love that, and so caught by the JJ and the beefcake. Don't be a fool in love. Don't be blinded by love. Use the common sense that you have on a daily, okay? I beg. So I am going to be giving you the 3K. The first K is know what you want, okay? It's very important that before you get into something that you know what you want. And this can go for both sides, okay? There's two sides to this point. Don't be with someone whilst you know you don't want to be with them, or you're uncertain. And if you're uncertain, don't be selling people dreams. I beg. This might be a dig at someone. If they feel that I'm being shady, it's your own. But don't be that person that you're selling dreams to someone because you don't want to hurt their feelings. If you don't know what you want, tell them. If you know what you want and they're not the one, tell them and part ways. Don't be selling people dreams and breaking hearts like that. That's not what you do. It's much easier to let someone go because you know you're not compatible, or you know that's not your type, or you know that you just don't want to be with them, or you've seen stuff that you feel like is not good for you, don't lead them on. Just respectfully cut things off, and that's that. You don't have to be doing all this beating around the bush, not literally, but that's what I'm so stupid. I'm really stupid. Oh god. Y'all are starting to see another side of Manny on this channel that I've been, only my friends know, and only my family know, like, this is actually a mess. I call you guys my squad for a reason. The other side of it is that before you go into a relationship, know what you want. Because once you know what you want, you can single out the good from the bad. Yes, know what you want, but at the same time, don't be so close-minded. Just open your mind, open your, not your body, no, don't open your body. Open your mind and your soul for, I'm such a mess, I'm so sorry. Open your mind and your soul for what's to come. Don't limit yourself because of, you've got a, well, it's good to have a preference, but at the same time, you never know, you just never know what God might have in store for you, baby. The next K is probably the most important K that you would ever need to remember, especially in the dating and relationship. This advice, or the advice I'm giving you, could apply for dating and a serious relationship. But this point I'm going to give is very important for both the dating and the relationship. And that point is, know your worth. I can't stress this enough to you. Before you go into a relationship, you need to know your worth. You need to know your value. You need to have self-love. You can't find your worth in another person. When I catch feelings, not even I catch feelings, when I'm in a relationship point blank, I tend to put the person before myself, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I've realized is you need to put yourself of equal importance as that partner, because once they break your heart, once they leave your ass, once they betray you, once they show you their true colours, who will you have next? So it's very important before you get into a relationship that you know your self-worth, that you value yourself. And the good thing about that is that once you know your self-worth, you will know your type. Once you know your self-worth, you know what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Protect your heart. Guard your heart, protect your heart, know your self-worth, because some people ain't shit. Some people are really going to break your heart. It's not even just men. You can't just be saying men are trash. Some girls are just as equally as trash. The next K, keep it real. It kind of links to what I've been saying, but it's a separate point that needs to be remembered. Once we keep it real, everything's gonna be so smooth, so beautiful. You can avoid so much by keeping it real. That's what I'm gonna say on that. It's such a simple point. It's self-explanatory really, so just keep it real, keep it funny. The next point is communication. Oh god. Oh god, I'm triggered already. I've triggered myself. Let me drink some water for this one because a lot of people seem to not know or understand the power of communication. Communication is key. I want you to understand today, communication can save so much. Communication can save more than just relationships, friendships, jobs, conflict. Like, you don't understand, communication is key. As I said, a lot of situations could be avoided by communication, and communicating correctly, respectfully, and knowing what to say and what not to say. Some people don't know how to deliver, because someone said, I can't remember who said this, but there's 1,000 ways to deliver one point. Some that could be offensive, some that could be a little bit more respectful, some that are just to the point. Some people lack communication skills, and I wonder how they actually have jobs where they have to communicate, because some people's communication skills are trash. The final point is privacy. Privacy is also an important key to a successful relationship. You can't be in a relationship where you're broadcasting everything. You're broadcasting your happiness, your sorrows, your this. There's nothing wrong with you even posting your babe. Don't get me wrong. Post your babe. Do what you want. But at the same time, don't get mad when you break up and people are asking you why. Because you have chosen to put every single bit of relationship on social media. Why are you giving us your details? No one cares. But at the same time, if you were to break up, people will care. People want to know your business. So it's very important that you know how to keep some things private. As I said, you're free to do whatever you want. I can't judge you. Don't be shocked when people come to you asking about your business, because you chose to put your business out there. Now babes, that ain't the way forward. So that concludes today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And also, if you've got any advice you want to give, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much to everyone that subscribed to my channel. I've noticed there's been an increase of subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the TCM squad. And as I always say on my channel, don't forget to always do you and be unapologetic.